Most men live in a state of constant reactive anxiety. When a woman pulls away, their survival instinct kicks in, but it's the wrong kind of survival. They think, if I don't act now, I'll lose her. So they text. They check her stories. They ask, is everything okay? But here is the cold, psychological truth. Every time you reach out to bridge the gap she created, you are effectively telling her that your world is smaller than hers. You are signaling that you are a guaranteed resource. And in the economy of human emotion, a guaranteed resource has a market value of 0. Think about it. Why would she value your presence if your absence is impossible? If you are always there, always on tap, always ready to validate her even when she gives you nothing, you aren't a partner. You are a safety net. And nobody falls in love with a safety net, they just use it when they're bored or scared. Today, we are going deep into the superpower of distance. We aren't talking about playing games or being toxic. We are talking about the high-level psychology of the unshakable man. We are going to discuss why women take men for granted when they become too easy, and how pulling back your energy creates a psychological vacuum that she, and her nature, cannot ignore. By the time this video ends, you will never look at giving her space as a loss. You will see it as your greatest leverage. The certainty principle. Let's look at the mechanics of modern deep psychology. There is a concept called the scarcity principle. Human beings are evolutionarily wired to assign higher value to things that are difficult to obtain or maintain. When you become easy, you violate this principle. When a woman feels she has conquered your attention 100%, the mystery dies. And when the mystery dies, the attraction begins to rot. She starts to take you for granted not because she is evil, but because her brain has categorized you as a settled debt. You are a finished book on a shelf. She knows the ending, so she stops reading. She feels you are easy when your mood depends entirely on her text back. She feels you are easy when you tolerate her disrespect or her coldness just to keep the peace. In her mind, she thinks, he's not going anywhere. I can treat him however I want, and he'll still be there tomorrow. This creates a dangerous shift in her internal evaluation of you. She loses the fear of loss. And without the fear of loss, respect cannot exist. In modern psychology, respect is the foundation of attraction. If she doesn't respect your boundaries, or the fact that you have a life outside of her, she cannot truly desire you. She begins to see your kindness as weakness and your consistency as boredom. She pulls away to test the strength of your frame. If she pulls away and you chase, you've failed the test. You've confirmed that she is the prize and you are the fan. But if she pulls away and encounters a void, a man who is perfectly fine in his own silence, it triggers a primal alarm in her psychology. She begins to wonder, wait, did I have him as much as I thought I did? Before we get into the exact solution and how to execute this distance, I want you to take a second. If you've ever felt the sting of being ignored or felt like you've lost your edge in a relationship, hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribing helps us reach more men who are tired of being the backup plan. It helps us provide the psychological tools you need so you never have to lose your dignity again. We are building a community of men who are becoming unshakable, men who know their worth is not determined by a blue checkmark or a returned call. Join us. Let's get back into the solution. How to withdraw with power. So, how do you give her distance? Most men do it with anger. They stop texting, but they post sad quotes or angry stories on Instagram. That isn't distance. That's loud silence. She can still hear you screaming for attention through your passive aggressiveness. The superpower of distance requires stoic absence. Step 1, the law of mirroring. If she goes cold, you go colder. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. If she gives you one-word answers, you give her zero-word answers. You must match her level of investment exactly. Why? Because it forces her to be the one who decides the temperature of the relationship. If she wants it cold, let her freeze. Do not try to warm her up with your desperate energy. Step 2, occupy the vacuum. When you stop focusing on her, a massive amount of mental energy is freed up. Do not waste that energy wondering what she's doing. This is the time for the mission. Go to the gym. Put in extra hours at work. Read the books you've been putting off. When you give her distance, you must fill that distance with your own growth. When she eventually looks back at you, and she will, she shouldn't see a man who was waiting. She should see a man who has leveled up in her absence. This creates the reevaluation. She realizes that while she was busy distancing herself, you were busy becoming a better version of yourself. Suddenly, the geezy man is gone. In his place is a man with a high barrier to entry. Handle the re-entry with indifference. When she finally reaches out, usually with a "hey" or a "thinking of you," this is the critical moment. Most men fold here. They reply instantly. Don't wait hours. Maybe a day. When you do reply, be brief, polite, and indifferent. Indifference is the ultimate psychological weapon. It tells her, your distance didn't hurt me because I am the source of my own happiness. This destroys her taking you for granted narrative. It proves that you are not a guaranteed resource. You are a prize that can be lost. The dignity of the void. Listen closely, distance is not a game. It is a quality control test for your life. If you give a woman distance and she never comes back, then she was never yours to begin with. She was just using your attention to pass the time. By giving her distance, you've filtered out someone who didn't value you. You've saved yourself months, maybe years, of being a plan B. But if she does come back, and in the vast majority of cases involving deep psychology, she returns with a newfound respect. She returns knowing that you have a threshold. She knows that if she pulls away, you won't chase, you'll simply close the door. An unshakable man doesn't fear the void. He thrives in it. He knows that his silence is his superpower, because it forces the world to meet him on his terms. Stop being afraid of losing her. Start being afraid of losing yourself in the process of trying to keep her. Reclaim your dignity. Reclaim your time. Reclaim your distance. Stay stoic. Stay focused. And above all, stay unshakable. I'll see you in the next one.